Hey, my name's Rachel Antral. I play Commander Non on Star Trek Discovery. Welcome to Timeline Talks.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Coming to you live in Technicolor from the beautiful Hollywood Hills, California. The show where the total retail price of their advice is $0. This is Timeline Talk. Featuring guest stars. The fact of the matter is, oh my, it's stars and garters. Also featuring, more like Command Dips suck, look out, it's Automaton 2000. And now, there's no way he gets this intro right. Here's your host, Captain Idol.
Yes, welcome ladies and gentlemen to another fantastic episode of Timelines Talks. I'm your host, Captain Idle. I am joined by my regular colleague, Stars and Garters, and playing the part of Automaton 2000, who unfortunately could not be here tonight, is Nifty Mittens. Welcome, guys. Welcome, Nifty. Welcome to the show again. I think you came and joined us previously on sort of one of our sort of off streams, but this is your first actual Timelines Talks appearance. Oh, you're muted? Are you there? Are you with us?
Look, he's playing Mirror Auto, so you can shut up.
How are you?
Oh, sorry. I'm good. Apparently, I don't have a good enough mic, but that's life. Otherwise, no, good. I'm on the West Coast, so this is a really long lunch break.
Yes, this is sneaking out. What is the appointment for on your calendar for this event?
Oh, my calendar says personal. I told my boss I had some appointments this afternoon.
Fantastic.
This time it's personnel.
Yes. I just need a bit of me time.
I've given it 3.5 hours just to be safe.
Yes, yeah, probably need it.
If I could have room service delivered while I'm doing it, that would be appreciated.
Yes, yes. Why has he gone in there drinking beer? This is very strange. Why is he taking his top off?
Oh, yes.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, man, you're a braver man than I am. What are you drinking tonight?
This is... it's called... I don't remember... Dinosaur, not Dino. Dinosaur World.
Oh, wow.
Double IPA.
Fantastic. Is there a small helicopter with
awesome.
With a small sort of, white-suited man in it, taking a couple of confused archaeologists across?
That would be awesome. No, it's just... cool rock formations.
Fantastic. We've got the first change glasses. There we go. I keep forgetting. I keep meaning to take that out because I only do have 2 pairs of glasses now, and it's getting really irritating between the two.
Guess what? Get fucked, Idle. You had to change those glasses for the rest of eternity. I'm a little bit disappointed that can doesn't have like a lawyer getting eaten out of a toilet or anything like that by a T-Rex.
Yeah, and actually, this brewery would do that too, so I'm also disappointed.
I had the opportunity and they missed it by a country mile. How could
they name beers after Magic the Gathering cards and stuff.
That's cool.
They're good.
Amazing. Okay, this week we are celebrating the launch of Andorian Collection. We've got some crew to talk about in the current mega. We have a few bits of sad news as well and a few scheduling updates. But first, we need to spin our wheel for everyone that submitted the show title. Congratulations to Luxi for winning the show title this week. It's an absolutely fantastic one, but also congratulations to everyone else. So let's spin the wheel to see who wins the sub this week. Hopefully it's going to come on the screen. There we go. Let's spin it. Evans of Wales, congratulations. You are our winner this week. We will imbue you with a sub very soon. Bajoran claps all round. Also, congratulations to a very controversial event this week, which we'll go into in a little bit. But congratulations to the Tahoe. I think that's the right way to say it. The Tahoe, number 1 for winning a 5/5. Sorry, what was that?
Tahoe, if you're feeling nasty.
Tahoe.
I'm going with Tahoe, which is, among other things, a lake in the United States.
Oh, fantastic.
Very large, beautiful lake.
Well, this
also
large
a Chevy vehicle.
This large and beautiful lake has won 5 of 5. Gabriella, Angel, the Angel Gabriella. That sounds very holy, doesn't it? The Angel Gabriella. We have summoned her here. We've also got Nolian at 17, or Tom himself, who could not be here, at number 24. This Cisco at 25, and Mahon at 50. Some eagle-eyed viewers may have noticed there is a hell of a lot of people in there with the mech and the KM attributes. We remarked we hadn't seen the Klingon Marauders in the leaderboards of a faction event, or Mechalobe himself in the leaderboards for quite some time, and this is something we only found out recently, but unfortunately Mechalobe passed away. Don't know the exact date, but it was a few months back, or a few weeks back, and this is sort of their tribute week to honour the memory of sort of his attributes and him running the fleet. So that was, you know, a good motion. I think it was very nice of one of the Space Junkies to sort of put that in their message as well. I think they came in second. To sort of say, you know, honour the memory fallen of Mechalobe. So, you know, this is, you know, sad news all around, but a nice way to sort of honour a good fleet mate.
A good fleet mate, and probably the person keeping the show and the game, and by extension, running.
Pretty much. This is, I imagine there's some people at WRG that are probably mourning that loss as well for a different reason, but you know, yeah, no, very sad moment, but a nice way to honour them. Another piece of sad news, which is more Star Trek adjacent. We're starting this on a real low this week. Just going to keep it low.
That's
we'll
why
start
Nikki's got the booze out.
Yeah, we'll start low. We'll get.
I need another one, man.
Douglas Trumbull, who may not be a regular name on everyone's lips, but he was the visual effects artist on such films as The Motion Picture, 2001: A Space Odyssey, and Blade Runner. A lot of sort of popular films. He passed away recently, and quite a grand old age of 90-something. I do apologise, I didn't know the exact date, but he is, you know, a very prominent visual effects artist, both in Star Trek and the sci-fi world. He's passed away as well. In honour, Terry Matalas, who people might not know, but he is now the showrunner for Picard Season 2 and Season 3, is actually naming a ship after Douglas Trumbull. So I think look into Season 3, you'll see the USS Trumbull come on screen at some point. So nice memory there of him. Anything else?
So hang on.
Go on.
That's a bit of news to me. Like the old showrunner for Picard got replaced.
Michael Chabon he is not the Season 1. He was only for Season 1. He got replaced. Well, I say replaced. I don't know whether he stopped or not. But Terry Matalas is the showrunner for Season 2 and Season 3, which is now filming. He's been posting quite a lot of LCARS pics of like interiors of Starfleet ships and things as like teasers on Twitter. It's been quite interesting. But yes, no. Michael Chabon is no longer the showrunner for Season 1. It is actually Terry Matalas.
Huh, interesting. I really hadn't heard that. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's
article, and I don't remember the reason either.
Yeah, I don't know whether he went to work on someone else, or maybe there was the sort of the poor reception to the end of Picard. Maybe CBS call, so I kind of went, off you go, which was a shame because he was very into, like, he wrote articles on like the backstory of like the Romulans and everything like that. He was very much into the lore, just wasn't particularly good at keeping things cohesive. I don't think. I think there was definitely a problem with sort of how the show was ran.
Yeah, and he also wrote 2 short treks. No, that was
yeah, he did.
Apparently he's still an executive producer on the second season, so he's still involved in some capacity. He's
just not making the decisions, so he's still there, sort of guiding the ship, as it were.
Yeah.
Nifty, what were your thoughts on Picard?
I mean, I liked it. It is still Star Trek. It's still Jean-Luc Picard. It's got badass Romulan house servants, and it was fun. Yeah, there's things you can nitpick about the pacing of different episodes, or how certain plot points unfolded quickly or slowly. But no, I mean, it was entertaining. It was. I liked it. I liked a lot of the new characters they brought on board. I don't have too many issues with Space Legolas, and yeah, no, it was fun.
Idle is smiling, but I can see the rage and the hate burbling underneath the skin.
I know. I was about to say. I can't quite. You know, I'm a different Otto today because yeah.
We've got the positive Otto. He likes everything new Trek. Hates to
You know what? I have to ask, Idle. Like, so you like Lord of the Rings a hell of a lot, maybe much as you like Star Trek. And you love Star Trek, so why do you hate Elnor?
Because it feels like it's too much of a because the name Elnor means Star Trek in Elvish, and that just feels too much of a like, oh, we're trying to be clever here, and like we link him with Lord of the Rings, and he's just not a good character, really. Like he's very, I don't know, just one note and doesn't really do a lot apart from cut people's heads off and look confused. It's, I don't know.
To be fair, some people would describe that as Worf's role in some episodes as well.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, not well. No, Worf is a fully featured character, mind you. Worf has had about 20,000 seasons of character development, so maybe by Picard season 3, maybe he'll have something that'll make me like him. But I don't have hope for that.
Yeah, he certainly needs some fleshing out as a character.
I
Yeah,
think they
otherwise,
do need to kind of like delve a bit more into sort of the musketeer angle and like the fact that he is still kind of a kid.
Yeah.
Whereas
Yeah.
like he doesn't, he gets like one or two moments like that in season where it's like he gets to show that vulnerability to Seven, and she's like, "Oh, what the fuck is this?" Like, "Oh, right, yeah, you're still a kid. I have to shift back into when I was looking after Naomi and Icheb kind of moment," which is like a nice bit of vulnerability for both of them. I'm hoping that goes somewhere in season 2, but like, yeah, I can understand your criticism with him, but I don't know. I just like him. I think he's neat. He's the potato of Star Trek Picard.
He's Marge Simpson's potato, is he? I just think he's neat.
I just think he's neat.
Can we use that as a reference for every character we just sort of like mildly like but is not a major player? It's like they're just the Marge.
How
Marge
is it
potato.
not on the stream deck? How is that not on the stream deck?
I'll work in some Simpsons stuff on there as well. Maybe I'll just replace the potato with Elmer's face.
I'll do it in Microsoft Paint for you.
Fantastic.
I
Oh, no,
appreciate
definitely
that.
included.
Thank you.
What was I going to say? There was something else I was going to actually do a tangent on something. I've completely forgotten what it was. You distracted
You're
me.
welcome.
Yes. Oh, yes. Genos has requested recite some Trek. Genos, you need to let us know what you want us to recite. If you can think of something,
Yes, 'cause
then
I
we
need
will
to
do
grab
it
a
live.
script.
We will do it live tonight. Since you've reclaimed your points, we will do that. Since we have a fairly sort of light-ish show tonight, and it make that you can make our show interesting. In fact, come on and do it with us. I dare you. The Merry Men. Which scene? There's a whole episode.
There's a whole episode of that, my guy.
Come on. You got to give us more than that. All right. Okay. Let's move on to... where shall we go tonight? Oh, yeah, let's have a couple of little announcements. So, we are in early stages of our charity stream, which if everyone... remember last year, literally pretty much a year ago today when I just moved house, we did the charity. We did the 8 hours, or I think it was about 8 to 10 hours of our charity stream, and raised over $2,000 for Child's Play last year, which is absolutely fantastic. Well, we're planning another one. We've got another one that's probably going to happen sometime around April. I think we're still sort of finalising the dates. For those interested, it's not likely to be during an honour sale. We've had some discussions, sort of early discussion with WGA about this, and I think they're sort of like, they can't commit to a date at the moment, and we can understand why. You know, they have things they don't want to sort of reveal at the moment, so we're kind of going ahead with like we want to be able to plan this in advance, and we're going to do a charity stream for some time in April. We'll come out with a date soon, so hopefully we'll have 8 hours of fantastic content that you can helpfully throw money at the screen for a good cause, which will, I believe as well, that Auto's going to organise a few charities and poll our community on our Discord to ask, you know, what do you guys want to see for us to, which charity do you want us to support, and so all this is coming. We'll have stuff out.
And
on
also,
Discord.
we need to. I feel like we could benefit from having a few more goals set up this time because we started running out relatively quickly last time.
Actually,
It was
I'm
like,
surprised.
Do you want to see around Stars' room? Well, there ain't much here, but okay.
Yeah, we've still got all these kind of things to work out. But yeah, any suggestions? Pop into the Discord. Let us know. We're likely to hear them. We're so early plan. We've got some ideas up. Obviously, there'll probably be some What the Dub. There'll be some other things in there that we've done before. Maybe some games or some stupid stuff as well. All that. Also, I believe in possibly March sometime. Again, early working out. We might have WRG on. We're still working that one out as well. So keep peeled and keep an eye on the Discord for announcements on that. I still haven't remembered what I was going to say, but there we are. Shall we talk about the just recently launched Andorian Collection? Now hit the game. There is a 10-tier collection for all the... I mean, this is quite a popular idea. People wanted this for a little while. I mean, there's not a biggest collection, but people love a racial trait, don't they? So Andorians, of which there are 11 of them. Stars, any big stars or Nifty as well? Sorry, I forget you're here, Nifty. New auto. I'm going to just call you new auto. Sorry. Sorry, I'm just so used to talking stuff.
Like my mother.
Any high points in the Andorian collection for you? Is there someone you're now looking at going, oh, actually, no, they've just raced to the top of my sight list. This has changed the game.
I would
for
like
me.
to cede the floor to Mr. Mittens.
Well, I finally leveled Tara and one of the 4-star Shrans. Because it was like, oh, well, I now have an excuse to do that. I don't have I have 10 of the 11 crew in my roster. I do not have Ushan, and I have no rush to get him. Nor do I really feel like citing the 2 I need to have 10 completed.
Are you saying there's no room in your life for a 5 out of 5 Jamel?
I've already got a 3 out of 5 one. But she's leveled, and she's leveled, and that's 3 is enough for me. 5 would be too much to handle.
The 5 would be churlish. We couldn't possibly go that far. That's
Five
the custard
is right
cream
out.
too many. 5 is right out.
Red alarm! Red alarm! Red alarm!
Thank you, BB, for following. And good to see your face here, actually, BB. Okay, there's a question for you, new auto. From Fragrance Tree Vaseline. What is your opinion on the whale probe?
Great. No,
Top 10 in my list of probes.
You know what? Probably. I haven't checked the list recently. I haven't
I forgot you had
re-tiered
it
it.
laminated and mounted.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I'm
mounted
working
what?
on I'm working on Probe Book 2.0, and there'll be a new tiering system in there. But no, that's a fun movie.
That is a fun movie.
And I don't care if it's a little bit gimmicky, like the whole, oh my gosh, we need whales to save the day. It's fun. I like it.
Yeah, no, it does always remind me of people say, do you remember when Star Trek used to be subtle about its social allegories? And then I'm like...
They literally did black and white colored.
What are you saying to me? That when was Star Trek ever subtle? It's the least subtle show known to man. And people still
subtlety of a
miss the
mallet.
point.
Okay, Genos has asked for the Luaxana Troy out the fish people scene. Which episode in season 2 was that? Flash quiz.
Manhunt, I believe.
Was it Manhunt? Good. There we go, I found it. You have passed my test.
Answer these riddles 3, and I shall ask you to recite some Star Trek for me.
Okay. We'll do some of that later. We'll assign roles. Hang on, let me see. Let me have a quick look at the script. Okay, so back onto Andorians. So yes, it's a small collection. There are only 11 crew, and if I just pop over to here, we'll talk about the Hiawatha later. Over here, we've got the big Book of Behold advice up on the screen for those that haven't checked it. These are our top Andorians in this collection. It's quite a sad state of affairs that the best gold in the collection is tier 7. Andorians are horribly underrepresented in timelines, and I know there is at least one person in our chat that will be shouting at the screen and going, why isn't there a Rin card? Why aren't they tier 1? And we want to know the same reason too. But yes, this is a sorry list of characters, which is a shame because everyone loves Shran.
You know what I have to... there's a quote that's appropriate from this. And it's... human rights, even the very name is racist. The Homo sapiens only club, the Federation.
Yeah.
And it's like, Timelines has kind of unwittingly perpetuated that, because plenty of Vulcans, God knows you've got enough spots in the game, God knows how many humans, 1 Tellarite, and 11 Andorians, most of which are god-awful.
So terrible.
And most of whom are Shran and only Shran.
Yes.
And let's be real here, Shran is one of the best parts of Enterprise.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not just because...
Sorry, there was only one gold Shran.
Only one?
And now you talk.
That's annoying. And now you talk. it's not just the fact that like he's like well performed, because he's performed by Jeffrey Coons, who never puts in a bad performance, right? It's not just the fact that it's an Andorian getting to actually do something worthy of note, like on a screen in a Star Trek show for the first time in, at that point, it would have been, what, a 40, 50-year history? It's also the fact that he's the only character bullheaded and stupid and arrogant enough to go head-to-head with Archer. And that makes him... It levels it out and makes a good playing field. And it's like, how is it that Archer has good cards, but Shran doesn't? It sucks. It's awful.
Oh, wow.
I demand a recount.
Yeah, I do. We just had another Recite check, which we will do when Auto and Big are back, apparently, because dining scene from the undiscovered country, please. Which I would love to do that. And
I shouldn't have mentioned
dibs on General
dialogue.
Chang. Dibs on General Chang for me. But yes. Shantran, the only gold Shran. There are a couple of names in here that are maybe worth a mention. I mean, Mira Shakar is a minor gauntlet piece. He gets the occasional we'll get the occasional look in once in a while on sort of
Got
DipSec
two
ones.
245 percenters. Only one of them is worth using though, because the second one's in a med gauntlet, and of course he doesn't have med.
There you go. I see you two also read the
I
book of the whole
take
device.
them sometimes.
Yeah.
No, I take him occasionally on the 145. He's actually good at.
The other name.
So-
Go on. Sorry, go on. Yeah, go on.
No, now you talk. Motherfucker.
No, it's fine. My conversation was going to be about collections, so.
Oh, well, yeah, no, we definitely need to avoid that then. What cards, apart from Ren, obviously from Discovery, would you like to see that are Andorian that you would like to see in the game? That you could potentially redress this egregious imbalance of power?
Okay. Do you have anything, Nifty? Because I have something.
I'll say I can go first, and
on.
this is where, outside of Rin, I don't really know Enterprise,
Ooh.
so I don't know many other
Tarred and
Andorians.
feathered! No, it's fine.
So yeah, that's my
It's okay, because
Andorian knowledge is limited.
Netflix has that skip intro button, so you can now watch it free from Faith of the Heart.
Not in this country,
Oh shit! Yeah, probably.
at least on Netflix. I mean, yeah. But
Yeah.
actually, that's not an awful song. It is an awful theme song. I will agree there, but I don't mind the song if it were to like just play and not be the start of my Star Trek.
As someone that has played it on this stream and outside of this stream and on various different instruments, I can wholly contest that it's a fucking terrible song. I can't stand it.
Oh,
But
you know,
can't
Idle, for a
stop
terrible
singing
song
it.
that you don't, a terrible, awful song that you don't like, that you've played a suspicious amount of times.
Kind of only musicians will understand this, but there are songs that you absolutely hate listening to that you actually enjoy playing. Like, I've been in enough cover bands and session bands to sort of play music and kind of go, this is a really great bass line, but why is it Madonna? Like, Jesus.
Prime Shukar is a decent pick for an Andorian. I feel like, was there one or two other members of the Andorian delegation apart from Thelev who we are denied from seeing who has been consigned to the moons of Urapente?
There was also, what was it? There was Shran's mate. With the first episode we meet Shran, there's another Andorian who sort of gets a bit kind of brutish with T'Pol, well, a bit sort of, a bit forward with T'Pol, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah.
There's him.
Yeah.
Who probably shouldn't be anywhere near a high tier, but there we are. My suggestion would be, if you harken back to the days of early TNG, and I can't remember who it was. Oh, it's Lal, the Lal episode, where she's picking a costume and she brings up, should I be the Andorian with the huge hairs? Like, yes, there's the number one Voyager we all need. Definitely.
Who else would be a decent? Because they don't appear in TNG at all, apart from that one time. You know what? We could get Andorian Mining Consortium Shran. No one says no to the Andorian Mining Consortium. I feel like that's a decent gag that needs to be represented.
Definitely. There's a few shout-outs for Talis as well. Talis has got a few. She was in the recent campaign. She's had some I've voyaged with her. NSEC is not a particularly common skill set. She's not great, but she might fill a hole if you need it. on various seats.
I think that was Strand's outlook on her as well.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, my God. Oh, Stars is back. No, I've heard
you know what we could...
I've heard he's into Anar.
Wow. Yeah, no, you don't get to say shit about my jokes after that one. We could get Antennaless Shran after he's had one of them cut off. That'd be a good one from post the Ushan. We could get a originals with what was his name, Thilic Shran from Star Trek Online.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
The captain of the Enterprise F. I believe.
There's I wonder if they could get the Star Trek Online license, and I wonder if it would be marketable for them. I wonder if that would attract many people over from STO over here.
Probably not.
Probably not.
We can dream. We can dream.
No. I think it's more. There's definitely more Andorians they can do. Not a huge amount, but I don't think they'll get if they haven't expanded.
There's got to be some in lower decks and Prodigy.
Oh, it's Jennifer. Jennifer's Andorian,
yeah.
Isn't there? Yeah.
There you go. That's an easy one.
Sorry, go on. If
Bring
you...
lower decks.
Noted.
Yes.
Always on the verge of coming.
Just around the corner. Which corner? Tune in next week to find out.
One of these breakfast cereals has something poisonous in it. Find out after these messages.
Yes. Oh, it's the Tribble one. I love that Tribble advert. The Tribble breakfast cereal advert you get at the end of the thing for Edwards. The Trouble with Edward. I think it's fucking brilliant. I rewatched that recently for some reason. I can't remember why, but yeah, that was absolutely brilliant.
Was it a great episode?
Yes. So,
no other reason.
WRG
needed.
Ben, we are close on lower
That's
decks,
not...
says GB.
Yeah, I was
says
going to
Genos.
say, don't fall for the trap. Don't fall for Genos' tricks.
Do not believe Genos' lies.
Oh, Shyporn throwing down the gauntlet. Worst New Trek episode, Trouble with Edward. I loved it. I really loved it.
What's the worst one?
I'd probably say the season 3 finale of Disco. Probably is, for me, maybe the worst one. That's the worst cohesive.
I can't think about the one I enjoyed the least, and I think it's like season 2, episode 4 of Discovery, Point of Light. It's the one with like Tyler and Laurel and Jojo. I didn't vibe with it at all. Like it just felt like incoherent to me. Like if you want to talk about incoherency, that one I remember thinking is definitely the weak link of that season. It's just like I'm not a great episode overall. I think. Has a few good bits of cinematography and a cool fight scene, but I don't think it holds together that well.
Can I just shout out to, sorry for chat, Astro Steve W, Silit Shran, and the dirt is gone.
Okay, you've got to get the Barry Scott remix going.
Yeah, sorry, I think it's a very UK thing that, I don't know, do people know what Silit Bang is over there, Nifty?
I don't think so.
No, we'll have to find you the Silit Bang advert and play it.
That's UK culture. Now that's the height of culture over here.
Silit Bang Bang. Yeah, so yes, Andorian Collection's in. You can get some, I think it's a sec bonus and some dip right at the end. I think but then putting the dip bonus right at the end, because no one's completing this collection anytime soon, was wise, because you can get a lot of the dip bonus, but sec's fairly needed all around the board.
Sec's fairly needed, huh?
Always.
For some it's rare, for some it's needed.
For some it's only on your birthday.
March 23rd.
If Idle ever seems to be on a really good mood on March 23rd, we'll know why.
Hey, I always come in smiling. What are you talking about? And that's what she said. But you don't. Right, can we get this back on track, please? Let's talk about
this show is tagged English, and now I'm beginning to understand why.
Some vague approximation of English. Let's talk about some crew. So the crew that was actually released in the portal yesterday, someone pressed the button a bit too soon, but will be available next week, is Sanctuary Booker from season 4 of Disco.
3.
Are you sure? Is this from that episode?
Sure.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure because he's wearing the same things as
okay.
what's his face.
I don't know if he's wearing this because at the start of the
brother,
first episode of season 4, he's
Brother.
in Sanctuary as well. Yeah. Yes. Yes, so yes, Sanctuary Booker, season 3 of Disco, another Command Dipset crew. However, Voyage rank 17, a ton of useful traits. Depends on your metric. Like if you hadn't gone for fencing Picard, if somehow you slipped and fell and ended up in hospital for 4 weeks over the time that Lieutenant Sahil was out, then maybe there's some merit in you getting him. Guys, please give me some input on your thoughts on Sanctuary Booker.
Tier 1 crew wearing a bathrobe.
Sorry, Q Hefner has that. It's tier 2.
If he's
there's room in the tier for multiple. There's up to 5 per tier.
Okay, that's true.
For tier 1, there's 5 in tier 1.
Where's our bathrobe collection? That's not too far away. You get Scrooge data in there as well.
Oh yeah. Oh,
that's more of a dressing gown, but same difference.
That's fine. We count it. It's fine.
Yeah.
If Thokgor can count for the EV suit collection, I think that can count for the bathrobe collection.
So I'm glad Booker is getting another card because I really like Booker. I think he's a cool character. I like it when we get the perspective of a civilian on Star Trek, and it's one of the things I actually really on Starfleet rather. It was one of the early traits that endeared me to Stamets when he's talking about Lorca trying to pervert his use for of the mycelial drive for warfare, and it's like, even though we as the audience know Starfleet is a peacekeeping humanitarian armada that only ever does good, we promise, it's always interesting to see that being treated with some distrust so that you can get your reaffirmation and a conversation about that, because I feel like that's an important part of Star Trek, is you can't just unilaterally present them as the good guys, especially when you have an evil admiral turn up every other season. And Booker is another interesting look in on that, because you go from literally like stabbing Michael in the back and getting her thrown into jail at the very first episode, and then turning around and almost wanting to join Starfleet in season 3. So it's like, getting to see that transformation is cool. And this was an interesting episode in terms of getting that background on him. This is a really, really boring card. Because I'm sorry, a character who is literally like in the midst of an empathic ritual to commune with someone, what about that says Command DipSec?
Needs Psi at least, doesn't it?
Security primary too.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's really hostile. It's like, I'm opening myself up to you, but really hostile. I'm doing it really passive aggressively. Like dip, med, command, maybe that's fine. No, that's a decent combination that we don't get a massive amount of. Or I'd even have settled for dip, command, med, just like, or Psi, like you say, that's also acceptable because he and his brother end up using the animals to help them free their planet Quajon later on. It's like,
I mean, you've got to have a decent amount of Psi if you can make guns out of wood. Like that's good work without them setting on fire. Like, yeah, that's revolution.
Yeah, no, I really don't understand this constant need to. Like, I get you need to do Command DipSec. It is a skill set that needs to be filled out, and it's easy. It's there for the min-maxers, right? But does it have to be every week? Does it actually have to be Voyager number 17 Command DipSec every other week? Because that's what it's been like for the past 2 months.
I mean, it's invalidated the claim. Like, there are a lot of people that can say, right, I will just get the top 50 Voyagers and freeze everyone else. We know people that do that. This is invalidating a lot of that. There's a lot of people that are going to have to, there you go. This is invalidating a lot of that, where people you say, right, oh great, I've got all the top 50 Voyagers. Yeah, they're all the same fucking skill set.
And it's another point on that, right? It's like, if you're in our Discord and you have the use of our amazing resources, or if you use the big book, you will notice certain cards with really niche skill sets that are still considered good crew, like say Warship EMA, are like Voyage rank 125 now? And you look at that and you go, oh, that's teetering on the verge of uselessness. Right up until you remember, 80% of the crew above him are the exact same skill set. So he's actually more like Voyage rank 40 or whatever, really, if you don't want 50 duplicates of the same skill set that have slightly different traits. Like, it's just... It has a distorting effect on the way that Voyage ranks work, and I don't like that about the game, when it's ostensibly meant to be about stacking a Voyage with decent like variability and cultivating those skill sets, not just going for the guy with the biggest gun. I feel like that's very antithetical to Star Trek, but what do I know? I just go here. And now you talk.
I was going to say, Nifty, you look like you're on the edge if you need to say something.
Oh no!
I just look for whenever you lift your mic, and I'm just like, is he?
I know Stupid.
You just need a bit of tape.
Trying to
want
just be
tape
ready.
to the side of your face, don't you?
Actually,
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, he's
have
looking
any at
at
my
tape
desk. Yeah. Don't have any. It's downstairs.
God, it's actually because someone you're looking at. Because bear in mind, he is Mega Crew, so he's going to be part of that end recap pack. And I know a lot of people went for Gabby Burnham. I know a lot of people went for Daj as well. So, like, you know, looking at the end of the recap packs, is there someone you'll go for that, or you know?
I am not pulling recaps this time. I've decided.
Ooh.
I have plans for my dilithium in the perhaps near-ish future, so I want to save it. I sighted Gabby up already. She's already been on a voyage.
Oh wow, nice.
Yeah, I mean, she's good, so why not finish her at some point, obviously. And then when I was looking at the objective event, it's like, I need to immortalize somebody. You know what? Screw recaps. I'll save the dilithium. Boom, boom, boom. And I got 2 of her from the event, so I only needed
Nice.
3 more. Only 3. So I'm
After 26
happy with
packs.
using those. Yeah. So those 3 stars that I threw were worth it in my opinion. And then yeah, I'll have to end up citing Amanda, and then what happens with the rest of the crew.
I
I'm not
find
a
it
big.
incredibly telling that you were like, and then I'll end up citing ... Amanda.
What an excellent segue. Well, let's talk about Amanda, because me and Otto and previous guest we had on last week. Brain is failing me tonight.
What the
apologize.
fuck, man?
I'm terrible. I am such a terrible human being. I'm literally scum of the earth. And my brain... I have had such a busy week as well, so apologies. Can I remember this off the top of my head without looking back? Go on, someone remind me. Who did we have on last week? I don't remember what I had for
I
breakfast.
wasn't here last week.
You weren't, were you, bastard? I'm going to have to go look it up. Shit.
Oh yeah, it's my fault. You can't remember who you were talking to last week on your show.
Oh my, you're right. Come on. I don't... Well, I do. I do everything on this, don't I? Hang on. It's right, not just scrolling back on the announcement to find out, because now I'm really embarrassed and I'm so sorry.
It's
Oh,
okay.
Scholar, thank you very much, chat. Oh, I'm so apologise, Scholar. I've had a busy week.
Oh, it was so good watching you squirm.
So good. It's the worst. That is the worst when your brain fails you. Anyway, so apologies, Scholar, for forgetting who you were. I really feel like a piece of shit this week. Anyway, we didn't speak to you, Stars, and we haven't spoken to you, Nifty, about what you think about Amanda. And I may have gone off on one a little bit last week of why the fuck she has sec. Bearing in mind there's no inclination for it at all. But Nifty, you said you were imminent to cite her. You know, what are your reasons on that? You know, is she going to make a difference for you in that regard?
It'll only need 1 star. She, not that I suppose I really need the help, but she does have the nice dip base. So the shuttle seat that she can take.
Damning with faint praise. I love it.
Otherwise, yeah, I'm not really sure. My usual routine with recaps is I go until I get the 5th star on the recurring, or if that happens decently quickly, I might go until I get some more stars on some other golds, possibly up until I've FF'd a second one, and then I stop. Now that strategy is what caused me to get 5 Linuses, 5, before the final Suspiria.
Hey, that's paying off this week, though.
Yeah, I
What do you call that? An
intentionally.
elogium of Linuses.
I very much skipped the event to win her. It might have been a Galaxy, which I don't. I'm thresholds and out on Galaxy. But yeah, I very intentionally wanted 0 of her, and I got 5. Which after the third one, I was starting to root for it because it meant I could finish her in
I
freezer.
didn't order a Linus. I specifically wanted whoever else was.
Yeah, so I felt the same way. To be honest, I felt the same way about Tribble Chekhov.
Oh god.
Oh yeah, I ended up with him. Same reason.
But now I have 1, which I got in the recaps, and I need him to finish the collection. So
balances up. Stars, what do you think about Amanda? I mean, she was in 24, which I recently discovered, and that's fantastic.
So, okay, how do I attack this? So, I think it's fair to say that Amanda Grayson is probably the poster child for motherly love in Star Trek, right? She is literally probably the most important, like, maternal figure in Spock's life, like, in terms of guiding his growth and nurturing his humanity, and therefore probably inadvertently saving the universe a good few times, because if he hadn't done that, God knows he wouldn't have been around to, you know, get his insights into Vija and work out what's going on with the whale probe and all that kind of stuff. She is a character who is defined by her compassion and by her ability to bridge the gap between worlds, and the ability to bring out love in a heart that is otherwise believed to be loving, to be like completely, absolutely incapable of love in Sarek, right? Because Sarek is otherwise kind of a piece of shit, right? In his interactions with Spock, he's kind of an asshole.
Yeah.
And like, let's be real here. Like, he's a lot nicer to Michael, but he also kind of fucks her up in terms of like men. But you know, all parents fuck up their children. It's kind of your God-given right. You'll have that to look forward to, Idol.
Oh no, I'm working on it already. It's fine.
Good.
Not
You need to get on it
intentionally, but
early.
it's happening.
Oh yeah. And like, I think, you know, as the poster child for a caregiver maker, she makes absolutely sense. She is the definition of a giver of care, of attention, of love, affection, nurturing, understanding, which of course translates to security.
and linguist.
Yes, linguist. I just don't get it. I don't get how you can have a caregiver mega twice, and both times you have a caregiving mega figure, and both times you make them command it set. And it's just, somehow it's even more egregious the second time round, because at least Suspiria held people from the ceilings and made them bleed. Like, Amanda just gives people books, pats them on the head, and tells Sarek to go do one.
Can you imagine if we went back to when we had this, when Otto did his famous Suspiria rant, went back to then, and we think like, wow, in a year and a half's time, there'll be someone that makes Suspiria look like a logical choice. Like, and here we are.
And especially in the context of the scene, because the scene is, she's comforting Michael in the midst of a graduation from the Vulcan Science Academy or whatever, and encouraging her to keep hold of her humanity and keep that in sight, and, you know, asking Sarek to step in on her behalf so that she can join the Academy's like research fleet, right? What about any of that says security? Command, I can kind of see it, because she's like trying to guide the family and she's trying to exert influence over Sarek. Diplomacy, obvious. Anyone in the fucking game who talks can clarify. And some people who don't, like Horta, like Mother Horta clarifies it for diplomacy, and that makes sense. She doesn't even have to speak, right? But Amanda Grayson, I don't think I've seen her do so much as slap someone.
There you go.
Like, when she was pissed off with Michael after Michael revealed that she was the reason why she and Spock were no longer like essentially had broken off like family ties in season 2, she was the coldest she's ever been, and she was still relatively open and warm and a little bit dismissive, maybe because she just found out something very emotionally traumatizing about her family. But I don't think that even you would give like that variant security, because it's like, what? Tell me what? What? Why?
Yeah, like med even like as the like, it's so much love, it's medically helpful. Like,
Yes,
that is
it's
that you can
like
argue.
that would have been fine for a caregiver, Megan. Like, And it's not like it would have broken the game to give us like Voyager, what's it, like number 73 command dip med. Like if you want to be really stingy and not give her a primary, just stop it. Get some help.
Which Amanda can probably help you with. She'll talk you through it lovingly.
I'm just wondering if it is just due to Mia Kirshner's role in 24, and they're just gonna, I'll give it a sec. But yeah, no, I kind of agree with you with this on this and on Booker. It feels like egregious use of being lazy with your skill set with command IPSEC and just doing that because, like they do skill sets with other crew, but like with these they just make no sense. Like it's a very strange one.
Well, and
Jealous,
at least
will you stop it? People will believe you.
At least other bookers, the security makes sense. So
Yeah.
if you want to give
Booker and Grudge being command and sec makes perfect sense for that variant.
Yeah, so like if you want to give them as much like okay fine, it works. you can give this Booker sec anyway, despite it not being appropriate for the scene. But yeah, like you said, Stars, where does she ever earn security?
So our walking, talking encyclopedia, Plain Simple Garrick, is pointing out she does slap Spock in Journey to Babel, which I have a 5 out of 5 awaiting Amanda Grayson. You know what she don't got? She don't got fucking security.
And all the better for it. Thank you, Namer, for
forgot
this
about
amazing.
that,
If anyone could just Photoshop Linus just putting his finger in everyone's nose, that would be fantastic. That's brilliant. Sorry,
That's a really good Photoshop. That's top notch. No, guess what? That's more fun than me having to rant about the fact that we're getting our 19th command dipset. But I'll roll the tapes. What? How many command dipset mega crew have we actually had?
Frickin' heck, I'd have to go and look, but it's a fair number. I would say the odds are more that we've got at least a combination of the two in every crew there is. We'd have to go and look. It's fairly common.
They've actually got to be 50% of crew, if not more, right?
Oh, let me think. How can I search? I'm not going to do live spreadsheeting, not now. But someone do it. Namer, you're in chat. Go and have a look. What's the odds of command IPSEC in mega crew at the moment, and let us know.
The list is on the wiki.
Yeah, I think it's just the list, not the skills. But
yeah, you'd have to dig or really be good at remembering what people's.
I am still amazed, right? I am still amazed. They're over. There's approaching 1,300 crew or whatever it is now. And like, if someone says, "Oh, what crew is this?" and you can kind of vaguely go, "Oh yeah, they're a super rare card. I think they're a med primary." Like over that many crew, like ingrained in my brain. Like, but even not just us. Like even a lot of people are just like, "Oh yeah, that's a good card. Oh no, that's a shit card. You don't want that." And there's so many of them. It's weirdly easy memory to retain. I don't know why.
Well, it's because you had to build them and equip them, and you remembered whether or not they were worth it at the end.
That's a good point, actually. Yeah, they're still in my roster. They are good. They are not in my roster. They are bad.
Yeah,
the third variant, which is they're still on my roster and I haven't finished them, ergo they're bad.
Yes.
It kind of annoys me, in my privileged world, when seeding a voyage, and I tend to use the voyage calculator. And when I can't off the top of my head immediately find that crew, because like maybe they're new and I forget that science is their highest, like their sci primary, or whatever, and it's just like I actually had to hover over the crew and look at what their scores were.
How
Damn
dare
it!
You.
Like I should just be able to go like scapegoat, click the dip tab, go to but. When there's somebody new and it's like, shit, what are they again? That's right, they are security primary. Okay, yeah.
Now Genos is telling me to finish Braxton.
You should.
Genos,
do it.
Genos, I love you very much, but it's only the fact that we get banned off of Twitch that is stopping me from pulling my pants down and mooning you on stream.
Yeah, please don't
You can't make me finish Braxton. You can't make me make good decisions. I'm immune.
Cranky, I just actually booted up the game because I forgot. Apparently, I'm due on. When I last looked at my voyage, it was 10 hours 30, and I had still 700 AM left. So I'm now logging in frantically to see if I've got a 12-hour voyage or not. So this is sorry, I had forgotten. Thank you very much for reminding me. So I'm gonna have a look. Oh, it's 11:53, and it's not crashed yet. Hang on a minute.
Oh, can we get a live blog? Can we get a live blog?
Look at this. Here we go. 11:50. There you go. 11:53. That's backwards.
I think you've got that.
Oh, you got that.
That's 244. So I'm on
Nice.
for a 12-hour voyage here, boys. Heck yeah.
Nice.
7 minutes. Might beat my personal record, which is like 12 hours and 1 minute or something. But like, it's not a high score. But yeah, I'm in for a 12-hour voyage tonight. Woo! I bet Nolian's in the background going, yes, not verified.
You don't have the screenshot, so not allowed.
Yeah. Should we do a
That's
bit
Alamarine.
Nifty was going to say something.
Go on.
Waiting for Alamarine. Oh, we hear them. That's right. We can't hear them. I was gonna say. So I had a close one.
Sorry, go on.
I had a close one running last night. And the rewards on it were crap. So I let it run. I thought, you know what? If it dies, it dies. I'll just abandon it. There was one SR, middling amount of crons. So whatever. Woke up this morning. It died at 11:58. So so close. Damn it. I extended it instead of calling it by accident.
That wasn't shocking. I just called some beer at the back of my throat. Sorry. We're professionals here.
11:58. I can't believe I can't be associated with you.
Excuse me. I do apologise. Carry on.
Yeah, I wasted a friggin' token by accidentally extending it.
Oh no.
It was in like.
No, Nifty, you didn't waste a token. What did you do?
Well, I didn't nifty it. I let it run. Niftying is when I forget to recall, and I do something like 300 AM at 10 hours. I can let this go a half hour, and 2 hours later you come back and go shit. That I have wasted so many tokens. So many tokens.
That's what happens when we're no longer in it together.
Yes. Yeah, are you somewhat conscious of that now? Whenever you use a token and go, hang on, we've not got our supply chain anymore. No, WRG don't care about us anymore.
I got down to single digits.
Holy shit.
I got down to single digits. I have never run a long voyage, a full-length voyage.
Shit. I don't know. I'm going to see how many I've got, because I had quite a few, because I this is pre 12-hour voyage. I have 71. I think I'm fine. Actually, I should use 2, so I have 69.
Nice. In fact, you know what? Just to cap it off, Genos, someone could come up to me, give me a spreadsheet, and prove to me that I have all the crew I need to make a 12-hour voyage, and it'll happen tonight if all you have to do is finish Braxton, and I still won't do it.
Wow, the high belted trousers are really that. They really affect you, don't they?
I'm just spiteful. I love it.
You've taken that high ground, and
I have the high ground.
He has the high ground.
Yeah, there it is. All right, let's.
Okay, I just looked. I have 11 tokens.
I have 2.
Holy shit!
I keep on forgetting as well.
Wow.
I have never run a full length voyage.
Have you not?
I hit I did the 20-hour one at one point for the achievement. The only 3-parter voyage exclusive I have done is Wharf. And
Good choice.
And I got that on the 6th hour. I went 1, 2, 3, boom. I got him, cited him immediately because I'm never getting 3 more of those naturally.
I think I sighted mine up as well. Yeah, I think most of my voyages I got the 1 star and then just waited for the campaign sites to roll in and just did it that way. But okay. Go on.
I was gonna say, once upon a time when I was young and naive, I airlocked Fierce Skynen.
Ooh.
So I don't have her done. Yeah.
So I'm gonna start playing my violin.
and those times when you're one away on a collection that she's in, and you just go like, I'd have this tier if I kept her.
Okay. How many did you guys answer this in chat? How many of you kept Ensign Picard at like level 99, 4 or 5 stars for the vague hope that Stabbed Picard might happen? Because I did for quite a while until until Ben came on the show and just went, no, we're not doing Stabbed Picard. Like, right, fuck it, I'll give him the level and freeze him.
You held out hope there. I had to applaud you for that.
I did. I was waiting for it, but sadly it was not to be. Things that are not to be. Let's do a beholder meter, because we haven't done one of those in quite some time. So let me pick the right button to press and do that. Here we go. Right, we're spinning. Can I have some noise, please, Stars, if you have any battery in?
I should have. Let me check.
Nifty, you have to guess what setting this is on as well.
Oh, it's dying.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I don't like that. Hang on.
If it's on the helium setting.
Let me swap around the batteries again and see if that fixes it, because it did last time. It came back at full
We
force
can't
somehow.
stop until we got a proper tricorder reading.
Come on, get in there. Alright, let's see.
Hey.
Oh.
I want to say Geo.
That's Geo, yeah.
Oh, I think it's
Thanks.
the first time we got it right. Okay. Your choices are 0 stars on all of these. 0 stars on Alternate Future Dax, the last Dax to actually be released in the game. 0 stars on Bridge Officer number 1, or 0 stars on Admiral Janeway. This is an interesting choice. I've got a thing about Bridge Officer number 1. She's sort of fallen in favour a bit lately. I found I've not been using her as much. I think there's been a sort of a bit of an influx of crew in her skill set for a while, but
She has a slightly like milk toast selection of traits, because it's mostly just human, Starfleet Federation. I think like resourceful, and that's about it.
yeah. Nice uniform, though.
Might be
Very,
one
very,
or two
very
more.
good uniform, I might say. Is this possibly one of
yeah.
my new favourites?
Oh, Explorer. That's the other one.
Oh, yes, still need that.
But I think like the main thing that she did was like she held down dip eng for a lot of people,
Yeah.
and then they proceeded to give us quite a few good dip eng
Oh,
cards.
Adira
including very
Tal, that's what
recently
clipped her wings,
Racquetball-
wasn't it? Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Racquetball, O'Brien, and Runaway Dodge as well. So.
Okay, how about what about for the always take the Dax crowd for the well, like this is people say like Jadzia's, you know, she's a good card to have like lots of events, but we haven't had a new Dax card since Alternate Future Dax. Like that was back in
2 years ago,
2019, I think, I believe, or 3 years ago. Bloody hell.
It's like 2.5, because it was like late 2019.
Okay.
So, yeah, no, it's a bit ridiculous, because we had like all those Janeway and all those Dax experience, and then suddenly it just dried up, and Janeway came back, but Dax didn't. Oh, there's starting to be. Wow, I never realized just how purple that Janeway is. Jesus Christ.
She's pretty purple. She's nearly
Janeway's got
super
the command, which is
Yeah.
nice. But I would take number 1. I love the uniforms. I love the original series, and so I love the homage to original series that is, showed up in Discovery, and now is going to become Strange New Worlds. Rebecca Romaine is great in the role. Like I love
She
her
has a
number
certain
1.
mystique about it, doesn't she?
Hey, how long have you been sitting on
Oh,
that?
I think that's the second time I've used that joke, I'm sure.
so honestly, for those reasons alone, I'd take her today, even knowing that okay, fine, like
Yeah.
in my roster, she isn't going to voyage anymore.
I mean, there is event use for all 3 of these. Like, if you think, oh man, I'm a Janeway fan, you pick Janeway. It's not entirely a bad choice, because she will, you get a Janeway event which come up about 4 or 5 times a year. Like, she'll get use. Same with Dax and number 1 will. There'll be new variants come up with hopefully with the Strange New Worlds versions coming out. So, I'm hoping for Cheeseburger number 1, where she is just eating a cheeseburger.
Yes,
sitting
I
at the
love
table,
I love that scene.
because- so good. Like she's
Also, I just
Something I
realized.
do with that.
I just realized my bad. I was talking about the wrong Janeway when I said command. I think. I think I was thinking of Vice Admiral Janeway.
No, that would be an interesting
look-
choice, actually. But yeah.
I need to look things up here. Hold on.
I believe this Janeway's got a bit of gauntlet use, but not much.
No, you're thinking of Arena, actually.
Oh, really?
She's Arena Evasion, I believe, this version. Because she has shit tier fucking stats. She is like a 2016 card.
Fantastic.
She is...
I think I have, depressingly enough.
Yeah.
And it continues...
Oh yeah, no, this Janeway's much worse.
This Janeway needs to be in a collection of cards that were sitting when we see them on screen, but are now standing for no real reason. Because she was on...
Frederick LaRue could be in there as well.
Exactly,
yeah.
And, well, yeah, there's a few of them. Adam Scott, what's his name?
Benjamin Wyatt.
Yeah, that's the one.
Helmsman Wyatt.
Helmsman
Helmsman
yeah.
Wyatt, yeah.
Yeah, him as well. So yeah, there's definitely a whole range of cards that should be sitting. Okay, let's spin it again. Let's spin it. We'll do it one more time before we move on. Okay, give me the sound, please.
Oh. Went out with a whimper.
Wow. That's really dying, isn't it?
It's like a dying
It's like
TARDIS.
like a sad dog.
Okay, this one's for all the Stars of Garters fans out there. 2 stars on Holding My Brains, Lieutenant Commander Jadzia Dax. 0 stars on Captain Best Voyager in the game, Braxton. Or 1 star on Chancellor Bone Kane Gorkon. The chat's just going nuts now. It's Braxton. What do you think, Stars? Who would you go for here?
Gorkon.
Because of the bone pain, isn't it?
Well, he's just here's the thing. Klingons almost always have impeccable style. Whether it's L'Orel's white, like red ruby tipped samurai interrogator armor, or if it's like her awesome black gown, or if it's like the awesome Chancellor's coat from TNG onward, or this incredible black and red leather number with the bone cane. Like, I'm sorry, they are always styling. Compare that to Mr. I have a pleated carpet on my arm, and the choice is obvious.
His style is awesome.
Yes. Yeah.
He also looks like he could be, and now maybe it's different if I pulled him up full screen. He looks like he could be out of like Game of Thrones.
Yes,
really
that's
good.
true. Yeah, he's definitely got
He's a
Tywin
Lannister
look, hasn't he? Yeah. He's a collection magnet. I think if you're in this situation, like, you know, and you want to focus on collections, it's still Braxton. I'm sorry, Stars, but like he is.
How about I make you a counter proposal
Go
that
on.
you can't retrieve Gorkon?
Interesting. That is an interesting consideration. But, however, you always need that first star, and you can still retrieve Braxton quite easily. Like, okay, he's voyage
Can't
number
cite who you don't have.
You can't cite who you don't have, exactly. You know, he is still, you know, he's voyage number 4, I think now, or 3 or 4. Like, he was voyage number 1 for so long. And
Trash, airlock.
he is still stunning. Like, the top 3 voyages now are, like, you know, Lieutenant Sahil and, just going off memory, and Fenton Picard, and I can't remember who number 3 is. I think it's Jameson, maybe. But they're all the same skill set. Like, Braxton still has that uniqueness. He still has that power. He is still there. And it's definitely not Dax. Sorry. Even with 2 stars, it's not Dax at all.
That's probably one of her poorest variants, but I think it's the original one. So
bad. Yeah.
It's not great.
Okay.
Also impossible to retrieve, believe it or not.
Well, that's probably a blessing in disguise, really, isn't it? Oh, what should we do next? Right, I'm gonna give it over to you. Should we talk about more crew, or shall we do Showdown? What do you reckon?
I feel bad doing Showdown without Auto around.
Should we not do Showdown this week? Should we do it next time? Should we wait on it? We can wait on it.
Unless you want to do a nifty edition of Showdown.
Ooh. We can't actually. To be fair, we actually need Auto to click off the results, so we can't do Showdown. We won't do Showdown this week, so I won't play my.
Yeah, I don't have that power that I'm aware of, or the knowledge.
He is new Auto, but he is still in his probation. So.
Auto didn't do the mind meld to pass on the knowledge.
Yeah, ever since I left the ethereal plane, I lost some of my godlike powers.
I can't wait to see you standing on the bridge with a trumpet in a poncho. Celebrating the return of your powers.
I have the hat.
Ooh.
Oh no, he doesn't. Yeah, I have the hat somewhere.
Do you have 3 friends that can play some Mexican music behind you? Do you have 3 friends? Sorry. I'm a right prick today.
I actually, the house behind me would be able to provide the music.
Fantastic. Let's do that. Oh,
they throw the best parties that I am so jealous of when I'm sitting here working and I just hear like this massive fiesta going on. And like, your barbecue smells so good. Invite me over. You have a bouncy
I would
castle.
invite myself over. Literally, I would like. I'd just turn up with a guitar and be like,
No.
I can play.
Now I'm just picturing Idol pulling like a Wilson from Home Improvement, and he's just like standing at the fence. You can only see the top half of his face. Like, "Howdy ho, neighbor! I see you got some grill over there."
Howdy ho, neighborito. What you dang ding diddly cooking out there? Okay.
Okay, so do you know what one of my favorite Flanders gags is ever?
Go on.
It's from the movie, which I know that a lot of people aren't like. I don't love, but I actually quite like the Simpsons movie. And it's the bit when he offers Bart the hot chocolate, And he's like, I'm not interested. He's like, oh, well, I'll leave it on the windowsill here just in case you're interested. And he puts down hot chocolate and he like fills it with whipped cream. He like grates like some chocolate on top of it. He has like an ice cube that he gets with a blowtorch and then puts like ice cream on top of it. And Bart is just watching for this like full 30-second clip of him just creating the most gorgeous hot chocolate ever created. And then he just like, you see Bart go, get up and then like twiddle on the brush, steal it, and just run away with it. It's like one of my favorite jokes in all the Simpsons.
We need to have a Simpsons talks at some point. I really do.
Yes.
Get Garrick on as well.
Yeah,
yeah,
okay,
absolutely.
Garrick, I'm in.
Where you don't talk about anything past season 10, because why would you? I think I did.
So it's such a shame they stopped there.
Yeah, it's like the Matrix films, isn't it? They didn't make any more than the first one. Still applies.
I will attack you on that because Reloaded's highway scene is incredible.
Okay, no, I will give credit for the Matrix sequels being great action films. I won't give them credit for being anywhere near as good as the first film. But anyway, that's a discussion for another time, which we can probably spin off into something else.
And coming in next July, Matrix talks.
Yes. Do you know, I adore the Matrix, like, as a concept. I played so much of the Matrix online. I love the Animatrix, love the Matrix, and
Wow.
I want someone to do something good with it for once. I really do, because it's such a cool concept. It really is.
I remember staying up all night once on a sleepover playing one of the Matrix games, probably like a GameCube, because I think we couldn't.
Path of Neo,
Enter
or
the
we couldn't.
Enter the Matrix might be, yeah.
It wasn't mine. It was a friend's place, and we couldn't save the game or something. Which
Oh, do you have a memory card?
so instead of we couldn't save it, so we stayed up all night to beat it. We just played in shifts. It was good times.
fantastic.
Good times.
I like the idea where you say it with like changing in shifts, like you have like your hard hat on and you're playing, and you're like, man, I gotta tap out, and you just like tap out, and then it's like, oh, here we go, just like
Pretty much, like-
I hope.
No,
You get stuck on a level, and after enough heckling, you gave the controller over and you lay down for a nap. And
I know. I'm of the age where I used to do like LAN pies with my friends. We used to get a computer. I remember actually putting my computer in a wheelbarrow and running it down the road to my friend's house so we could play some Counter-Strike all in the same room. And we used to stay up till like stupid o'clock in the morning. Like I'm part of that generation of doing that. What were we talking about? Where are we going with this? Let's talk about something.
We're talking about when we're going to do X-Men talks.
Oh yes. Oh, we did. Yeah. That's an entire conversation.
it was Showdown or talk about more crew.
I mean, it's a shame they didn't make any more X-Men films after Days of Future Past, but there we are. I
was going to say X-Men 2, but okay.
Ooh, that's interesting. Well, no, I'll give you an X-Men 3, but I will say Days of Future Past was good, and First Class was decent enough. I think that was okay. Yeah. Apocalypse and Dark Phoenix, I will definitely say are the same film, because I can't remember anything else about them.
You're in luck that you don't remember.
Bother to see them.
Yeah. Okay, let's move along to next week's Super Rare Crew, which is... Go on.
There is a highlighted message that you must read.
There is. Oh, do I have to read the highlight message? I think they just highlighted it.
I'm saying you do.
Okay, fine. Especially Eliza, our good friend, Plain Simple Garrick says, Simpsons talks at this time of year, this time of day, localized entirely on Twitch. Can I see it?
No.
Okay, Zaban, the other half of the couple that is Laris and Zaban from Picard Season 1, Housekeepers of Picard, is in the game now, finally, as a super rare card, which you can give him no surprise. He is a Romulan, he is Tal Shiar. Caregiver, resourceful veteran, 3 collections in 1 super rare is good value, and that's
4 collections, neutral zone.
Sorry, yes, you are right. I always discount the Romulan because you can complete it with, like...
So easy. Yeah.
It's not a hard one, but yeah, it's good collection pieces. Please.
No, I was gonna say newer players. They're gonna get with minimal effort. They're gonna get all 4 copies. Yeah. So a newer player, this is a great Romulan.
Is this a Galaxy? Someone remind me. Is this what event is he? Can you win it from? Yeah. So fantastic. Like this is a great collection piece all round. Dipsec, like you're getting for a skill set. No, of course you're not. Like this is. But Zaban, great character, great sort of compatriot to Laris. I want a Zaban and Laris show. Like,
Oh no, sorry, he's the skirmish reward. Sorry.
okay, so you will have to pull packs. So thank you, chat.
Morphal Elmore, who is still Romulan, it does is in
Yeah.
the galaxy, so that point still applies.
Okay.
You are technically
Getting my
correct,
crew
the best
mixed up.
kind of correct.
That's kind of correct.
That's where we have Futurama talks as well, which I could go on for days. Okay. Now I'm going to give my controversial opinion. Futurama is better than The Simpsons. Is that controversial?
That's like asking me to choose between whether or not I like chocolate or like I like lemon ice cream more. Like I like them both equally. They're both very different though.
So the good note is that what Genos has just posted is a new caregiver for the Caregiver Collection. So there is actually thematically caregivers. Would you know, Zaban is definitely a caregiver. He's pretty much Picard's attendant or person that is sort of looking after him. Same way Laris is, which makes you wonder if the Laris variants should really have caregiver as well. Does Security Laris have a caregiver? I'm sorry, I'm well out of the loop. I've been busy this week. I've not checked anything. Let me check.
That's fine. It's not like you run a show or anything.
Oh,
She does. She does.
She does. Oh, well, that's
she
good
does?
at least.
Good.
What about Investigator
So-
Laris?
It's also for collection.
Can I point something out? Jaban, I believe, is introduced to us as literally giving Picard like medication. No med.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, why wouldn't you? Caregiver in the name as well. Like the very effort of caregiving is to give medical help, or you know, in some whether mental or physical capacity. It is.
And Picard is literally complaining that he's being treated like an old coot or a codger.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, why
I
not
have to
throw
say,
Also-
like, that first episode, that's hilarious.
So speaking of medical help, I'll be right back.
No worries.
First, it's not me going to the toilet first once. Hey. But yeah, why do any two skill? Like we've said this before. Why is there any point in doing two skillers, even at super rare? Like, it's a funny thing. Like,
At least make them interesting. Yeah, he needs an anesthetic. That's what it is.
I see. I thought you were going to the toilet. I thought I was like, yes, I'm not the first one to go to the toilet on a stream.
Oh, no. I don't know if you guys noticed my
Ooh.
flannel polar bear pants
Man,
when I got up.
no,
to walk away.
please, we want to see the full circle. Strut it for us. Want to see the catwalk? Oh yeah. That was a beautiful moment.
I'm working from home. I love comfort. Quite hot, but it's comfy.
We'll let chat
So-
decide if it's hot or not. I'm going to put a poll up.
Oh God.
I just mean in
Now
temperature.
he remembers he has polls.
Oh no.
I live in California, and my body runs hot naturally. It's hot in the house.
So, I think you can make interesting two skillets. It's hard, but the fact that Mirror Flux exists proves that you can do it. If you want a coward.
Pollen chat. Sorry.
Like, how long did it take you from finishing Mirror Flux? Did you go to freezing him?
Not as long as you thought.
Longer than any other two skiller in the game, I bet.
Absolutely.
So why not? What is the absolute reticence to give us a decent two skill? I don't understand it.
I think this fits in with their excuse me, fits in with their sort of plan. With, you know, obviously they're releasing collection every month, so they're looking at hang on, this is our new business model for releasing cards in the lesser tiers. You know, that aren't golds. You know, that are super rares. So, you know, thinking, right, okay, he's got, you know, four collections. That makes us not have to give a shit about his stats. So there we are. So that's his value. So there is something to be said about that there. But still, I don't understand. Like, you know, after a certain point, why are you using super rares anyway? But still, you know, for a newer player, it's a funny argument.
He'll scuttle in an event as a newer player because he does have a pretty good dip base, but
How many more Zaban variants could we have?
also that
We could have security, Jamal.
yeah.
Yeah. Interrogator
that easy.
Zaban.
Just that easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do wonder if they look at a character, I'm like, yeah, how many variants are we gonna have? Doesn't matter if he's good. It's not like he's an event name. He might have event traits, but he's not an event name. So,
Yeah.
take your collections, you collection whores. To which I say, ooh, yes, please.
Yeah, exactly.
Please, more, Daddy.
We need to get
Of course,
you
I know
more
him. He is
often.
me.
I like you, Nifty. We should get you here more often. Someone else finally on my wavelength. For those listening at home, the Nifty's Trousers has won the Hot Award. It's 13-0. Absolutely hot. Definitely not. Thank you.
On fuego.
How much more can we talk about Zaman?
Camo is so hot right now.
Okay, the other crew that has been released this week in the Tuesday pack is not Bryce, actually Rice. Resistance, Reese, I think is probably the actual way you say it. Sec Edge Psi, Voyage Rank 193, couple of collections, but definitely the first appearance of what people want a lot more from Disco, and what we want more in the game as well is the bridge crew, the sort of the minor part bridge crew who sort of don't seem to do that much other than sort of say their token one-liners, give a bit of exposition on their home life, and then don't die. We have Reese here. What do we think of this? What do we think of this scene? Like, because this is the season 3 finale, 2-parter almost, that he's from, where there's sort of him, Tilly, Owasakan, and Detmer are kind of gunning their way through the ship, trying to sort of decouple the magnetic relay on the whatever it was, ambient matter.
They want to blow the nacelle off.
Yeah.
Don't try and make it sound fancier than it is.
Yeah.
Reverse the polarity on the ODN copter.
Yeah. Oh no!
And you get to reroute through the secondary command processor.
No! Come on, this is far too 24th century. We're in the 32nd century now. This is all programmable matter. This is the programmable matter is the binaural gel pack of the 32nd century, isn't it? Just don't let any cheese.
I can't
near
wait
it.
for us. I was going to say, when are we going to get the cheese to sick bay moment?
Yeah.
I want that. What is 32nd century tech vulnerable to? I want it to be vulnerable to like mice. I want mice to go near it and it just explodes. I want that to be the weird Achilles heel.
Cardassian bulls.
To be fair, they're pretty effective on 24th century meat, so... So, I kind of understand the criticism about the Disco Bridge Crew, because they do get a lot less focus than Bridge Crew of old. That being said, I think people have to remember, Bridge Crew does not have to automatically mean main cast.
True.
And that's the thing. Discovery is the first one to kind of like push that to the forefront. DS9 also did that. It's not like Odo was in ops all the time. He was not on the bridge all of the time. He was not what you'd call bridge crew. Neither was Quark. Neither was Garrick. But you would still call them like, or Garrick less so, but they're still main cast. Jake as well, right? And it's like you have to understand there is a difference between bridge crew and main cast. So while I would like to see, especially Uwishikun, because she's awesome, get more focus, they are not the main characters. And I think people need to kind of reconcile that in their head. Because we have gone 40, 50 years of it meaning that. This card's shit, by the way.
Yes, however much we've been talking around the character, I think, yeah, this is not... This is like Tuesday packs of old, where they put just sort of any old crap in there, and it's I don't know whether I'm happy about that or not, really, because Tuesday packs are a trap anyway. But they have been putting some fairly decent stuff in there lately, like Offensive Picard, Admiral Jameson, and whoever else, and it's nice to sort of see something a bit shit in there for once.
Emos.
Yes, yeah. But he does have a couple of collections which are, I don't want to say easy, but easier than other big ones.
They're a bit middle of the road, honestly. Yeah, they're kind of...
This is, can you justify him having Sek-En Psi? Probably. Like, Seki is the security officer of Discovery. This is a sort of fairly... the phrase overwhelmed or underwhelmed? This is, I'm whelmed.
Whelmed.
Yes, I'm very just whelmed by this card. I just sort of... It is what it is. It's a cool pose if you're
the
into...
The tepid water of cards.
Yeah, sorry, yeah. Sorry. But yeah, I think he's one of the crew. So who are we missing from the Discovery Bridge crew now? Are we just missing Bryce, the comms officer,
Nilsson.
Nilsson.
Yeah. And the girl...
And there's a...
Go on.
Sorry, you go.
No, I was thinking of the person in the VR headset.
Daft Punk.
Yeah.
Daft Punk, yes.
Yeah, and then we do have a new guy in season 4.
Yes, Lieutenant Christopher.
He has. Yes, thank you. Yeah, he's got lines. He's got a name. So he is.
Yeah.
He's
He
a bridge.
does,
He's
yeah.
a speaking bridge crew. He's not a background bridge crew. He's a speaking bridge crew.
I don't know why they brought him in. It was really kind of strange. We need another bridge crew that's going to have a part role, unless he's like a major friend of like Alex Kurtzman or something. I don't know. It's a really odd one.
I mean,
Yeah,
to be fair, it's like just because you operate the helm or the tactical controls doesn't mean you're the main character on the show. But you do still turn up every week because someone needs to fire the phasers. Because Discovery, by its very nature, is a crew of scientists, and you can't just have entirely scientists on it. It doesn't make sense to have the science officer finder and torpedoes. That's the thing, really. That's why you had Sulu doubling up as tactical officer, which makes no fucking sense, really. Like, because that's the way the old TOS Enterprise worked. It was, yeah.
Yeah. Everything.
He flew the ship. He tended the flowers.
Botanist, tactical
I
officer.
forgot
He did everything.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Fencing.
And he was given much love and affection by Tribbles.
He was. They often evoked it.
Often evoked it.
Um,
Walt Koenig, are you the only one who doesn't know the roles of the Disco Bridge crew? Do you want a rundown? Because I will give you one.
I mean, yeah, let's do it. Go for it.
Okay, well, if you want to include main cast, so you've got Burnham / Saru / your Captain of the Year as captain. You've got your science officer, who is alternately Burnham, Saru, Tilly. You've got Awushkin, who is Chief of Operations, which is Data's role, which is essentially kind of engineering officer. Detmer is obviously Helm. You've got Bryce at Communications. You've got Reset Tactical. Nilsson is Spore Drive Operations, I believe. Christopher,
She's
I don't
also
know, 'cause I
second
actually
officer. Nilsson is.
That's all.
Yes.
Okay. And Christopher, I don't know because I actually haven't watched season 4 of Discovery yet.
Oh, you haven't, have you? Oh gosh, spoilers.
I'm waiting for it all to be finished so I can binge it with the boyfriend. I'm waiting for it to be
Ooh,
finished.
well, actually, starts very very soon, which I'm half excited for, and I'm looking forward to it. Yes, she is also. Yes,
Amber, she's also Arium.
Yeah, she was the original Arium before she didn't like the makeup and got recast, but they kept her and then killed off Arium. Poor Hannah Cheeseman, who plays the new Arium. Yes, there you are.
This is a great, or the scene that his since Reese, this card sucks, so who cares? The scene that his ship battle quote comes from is great though. The keep tapping Morse code scene.
It's a very classic Starfleet think on your feet, use the old Academy tricks type thing that I really enjoy. Like you could put this scene wholesale in TOS, like, and it would be completely translate over.
Yeah, and it's got as you said, you want to see more Owo. She's literally kicks ass in this scene. I want to say she has some pretty solid martial art takedowns of some of the Emerald Chain guards.
Now, yes or no, Star Trek desperately needs more suplexes.
Yes.
Did you not get enough in Sankante?
No, I need more. I want Burnham to suplex someone. I want it really badly. I want Picard to suplex someone. Everyone gets a suplex.
Hey, if we get Mirror Picard in the flesh in a live-action show, yes, he will do.
And if you haven't got the build for a suplex, then I'll be happy with a Hurricanrana. Give me a DDT. Just anything. Just more wrestling moves in Star Trek. Just give me it.
Amazing.
I'll even take a mandible claw. Come on.
Yeah.
It's Soji from the top ropes.
I bet she'd knock someone's head off if she did that.
Oh my
Got that extra super strength. Fuck off! Now it's broken in half. Now that's the Timelines originals I want to see. I want to see like Soji, but she's in fucking what's her name? Ric Flair's daughter. God, what's her name?
Oh, I don't know. But I'm just thinking. I'm just thinking of time. We've got on the ropes Trip Tucker. I can just imagine, just coming in with a steel chair and a Nepenthe Troy.
That reminds me of like one of my favorite scenes from Final Fantasy VII Remake, where Aerith, who is like mythologized in video game fandom as being this like ethereal, angelic, really sweet character, she just knocked a motherfucker out with a chair. It's the best. Anyway, Star Trek.
Anyway, yeah, Star Trek. I think we've kind of exhausted our list. Oh no, we have one more thing to talk about. There is a new ship coming in to the game, which I have to press the right button and do that. The USS, and forgive my pronunciation on this, the USS Hiawatha, sorry, no, I think it's the Hiawatha, is coming to the game next week, which people are sort of looking at and kind of go, oh, hang on, where's that ship from? If you do not recall, it is actually from Season 2 of Discovery, and this is the ship that brought us Jet Reno. We've only seen it crashed. I believe this actually has the unique trait, which this is the one time we will talk about sort of like, you know, voyages and then being applicable to new ships, but this does actually have the freighter trait. And it is the first 5-star with the freighter trait. Thank you, Racing Liners. You've also pointed that out. So I'd imagine a few people might be looking at those who are hitting 12-hour voyages, which I probably will have hit by now. Let us just have a look.
Crash at 11:59:59.
Yeah, no, we have a 12-hour dilemma, and you can count the clock there if it focuses. Look at that. When it loads, yeah.
There you go, nice.
12 hours. Let's see how much we got. Life alone. I will encourage the young children to join Starfleet.
And then abandon him as quickly as possible.
So I've still got 243 antimatter. I still got that there. So I'm going to let that die. So yeah, 243
question,
antimatter.
sir.
So if anyone says 12-hour voyages aren't real, it's all a conspiracy within Time-Wise Talks. Suck it.
You might want to hit recall, by the way.
Nah, I'll wait. I'll let it crash and then I'll log it.
Fair enough.
I did not make that mistake during this stream. I hit my with a token 14 hours. 374 AM left. That's prime. I'm gonna fuck this up territory. I hit recall immediately.
Yeah, that's a smart choice. You have to know when to give in.
Yeah. So this is the first 5-star freighter, which is an interesting voyage crew. I don't think, I do not encourage anyone to buy ship packs, just to kind of complete this. Just wait in about 6 months for the next ball update. But that is definitely an interesting metric. I don't know what it does in ship battles. I haven't actually looked. Let me have a brief gander.
I want the medical transport to be the most busted thing in arenas. That's about as appropriate as the Decora Creighton being the top dog.
Yeah, too right.
I actually kind of like the design on the ship because it has that nice blend of TOS, but also still having the Discovery aesthetic to it. It has that kind of sharp, angular, like sticky outy kind of aesthetic. It looks very TOS-y. I like it.
As people have noticed,
it looks like a.
Go on.
I was gonna say it looks like a cartoon short sword from like some hack and slash game.
It's a very, I was going to say it also looks very phallic, but I was going to say it's a very sort of short and stubby, sword at that, isn't it? It's got the girth, but not the length.
Yeah, it's the weapon you get after you start out with the basic stick, and it just does +1 damage. And then you find this +6 damage sword on some little orc carcass in the second dungeon, and you can finally start killing things.
It is a cool design. I'm definitely a sucker for the same reason that I love the Akira class, but I love having that sort of top-mounted rail that sort of sits above the hull that holds the nacelles. I love that design. I think that's quite nice. Or any kind of I like the runabouts where they have the top-mounted torpedo launchers as well. Anything kind of like takes the unique designs and just puts a little bit more onto it. Yeah, I quite like that. So as phallic as it is, yeah, this is a cool design. Don't know whether
Idle.
Yes.
Give me your opinion on the Ekrano plan.
The what? Sorry.
Oh, you've not heard of that? That's the land plane. If you like that kind of design aesthetic, look it up. It's called the Ekrano plan.
How would one spell that?
I believe it's EKRANO plane or plan. I think it's a ground effect vehicle. That's what it was.
The Lundcross Ekrano plan. No, right. Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, those things are ridiculous.
Oh,
they're
wow,
awesome.
What is that? That is mad. Why is it got
like that? You want to talk about some Star Trek shit? That's some Star Trek shit.
What the fuck? Why has it got 2 cockpits?
So I think my I had like 2 exposures to this. I think one was in Metal Gear Solid, and the other one was in a James Bond
Of course, it was
game.
Metal Gear Solid.
Of course,
Yeah, that makes sense. Don't even need to explain.
If you like the design aesthetic of like the Hiawatha and the Akira, I figured the Akrana plan is your kind of look at this stacked.
Kind of. I think that
monster
takes it a
plane.
little bit too far. I'm looking
Well,
at some...
the thing is, this thing is real. Like this thing can actually just like
yeah.
fly on the ground. Like it's kind of nuts.
People
It
make...
was Bloodstone stars.
007
Bloodstone.
That's a good
Bloodstone.
game. It's a fucking good. That's a good Bond game.
All right, let's... Before we end the show, let's do some beholder meters, and press the button and do that.
Wait, you didn't tell me you had a USS Stars and Garters on Star Trek Online.
Oh, you missed that? Oh, it's fabulous.
I missed that. I haven't watched a show yet. Okay, I'm gonna play it.
You might not be too
Alright.
impressed. We had definitely some interesting color choices.
Okay,
Okay.
I'll have to see that.
And Stars has left the show.
Ooh.
Okay, 0 stars on Lieutenant Commander Icheb, 2 stars on Elizabeth. My eyes are silver and it hurts all over. Denner. 1 star on Survivalist, totally not making butter. Kirk. This is an interesting choice. This is because, yeah.
Kirk is one of those all-round great package of crew because he's a Kirk. He'll get faction events even on the uncommon seats. He's got the ship damage. He's got 3 or 4 collections now because he's got what resourceful, survivalist, no, he's not innovator. He's got something else. Inspiring, I believe.
Yeah. Kirk.
Dana is awful. I love the character, but that card does not do it justice. And
Sorry,
Commander
Genos,
Cuball himself-
we will do recite, Genos. We will do that for you before we go. Sorry, go on.
I must.
Yeah, and then Icheb has the collection value. He's Borg, and I believe he's still something of a Voyager. Not great though. Noted
And-
non-canon Icheb.
He's got some, just because the engine is thrown in there as a secondary, I think he can pick up some voyaging, but
Yeah,
he's probably shrunken to like only top 10 in his triplet level ranking.
yeah, that kind of territory. Yeah,
I mean, you've got the 1 star on him for the gauntlet. I think Icheb is, he's okay. He was definitely better on it, like most cards, better on his debut than he is now. But I think he's definitely taken a lot more of a hit nowadays through various other Eng cards coming in. But I would be tempted to put the extra star on Kirk for events more than anything. I think that's probably the most useful star out of this behold.
poor bases though.
Poor
That's my only risk.
Yeah. But I mean, if you're filling shuttles and you've got a Kirk, that's kind of all you
true.
need. It's as long as you've got him FE 100, then yeah, that's where you have it.
Yeah, I know he's canon, Bentley. I'm just referring to the fact that that Icheb will never reach that age in the prime timeline because of the unfortunate eye incident.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Let's spin again. Spin that wheel.
Oh god. Let's see how. Oh,
It's recovered. It lives. It's alive. Okay, this one is interesting. 0 stars on Gangster Kirk, 0 stars on Mirror Data, and 0 stars on Booker and Kitty. All round, this is an interesting choice.
Probably going Booker.
Interesting.
I'd probably go Kirk, but Booker would be tempting.
I would probably also go Kirk. And again, same reason as last time is of events I'm looking at here rather than because none of these are
because
voyages.
he's I think still the number 2 Kirk command base. Because despite being the commanding officer of the very first Enterprise on TV, not very many command bases. Like Triple Kirk was kind of noteworthy for that. I believe he also counts as costumed. I don't remember if he has the criminal trait or not.
Costume Criminal are his only 2 collections, I believe.
Yeah.
doesn't
And
have
also
usual-
really spiffy suit. I like it.
Oh,
He
good
is
on.
very good art.
The suit is key. I want to say he's on my suit bridge for sure.
I have many bridges. The suit bridge,
Well, actually, I have one
pointing
bridge.
bridge.
Suit bridge.
the bathrobe bridge.
No, I just do the one. It's my dapper men in hats bridge, which they're all wearing suits. And,
Nice. Who else is on the bridge with Kirk?
who is my avatar, always has been, always will be. Scapegoat, because hell yeah. Gangster Kirk and Carlos Data.
Oh yeah. Ooh.
In fact, briefly, I had Paxton on there because he was my. He was my first match. So I threw him on there, but no hat.
No hat, no shoes, no service.
No hat, and then we got Scapegoat. Sorry, bud, you're gone.
You're gone.
O'Brien's my favorite character, and he's got a cool suit and hat. Yeah.
No
That's the
brainer.
sock patch.
How soon did you get Scapegoat O'Brien after he debuted?
Yes, immediately. Yeah.
Was that costly for you?
No, I want to say it launched and it was like an immediate retrieve plus star on Yates.
Okay.
And it's all I needed. I want to say, or no, or did I? Did it debut and we had a shot at? No, we didn't have a shot at Bagman Odo.
No, Bagman was the Tuesday pack, so you had to delve into that. You still do have to get a Bagman Odo, which luckily is the campaign.
Definitely. Either the collection was launched and we could have gotten Bagman, or there were hints on certain parts of the internet that the collection was coming, and we had a chance to get Bagman, and so I delved right before that.
I want to say that it launched at the same time as Bagman, because I remember not thinking they were that much of a dick to then release Bagman, let him expire, and then think, haha, you can't fucking get it.
underestimate their power.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure they did it at the same time.
Mixing liners, the collection and Odo dropped on the same day. Okay, so it was one day of, I think I had the Quantum, so I got a star on Yates, cited her final star because she was 3-5 going into that day, pulled for Bagman, starred up Bagman, finished him, finished everybody, grabbed Scapegoat, cited Scapegoat.
Put him on your bridge.
And honestly, would have even, had I really planned it, I would have been extremely tempted to double your crew on him.
There's been some interesting talk about that recently, actually. A lot of people have been saying, like, oh, I missed the DYC timer. Shit.
Cranky did it. My mistake was I had crew retrieved Yates, and her timer had run out. So I'd waited the 12 hours, but it's a 24-hour refresh on the DYC. And I didn't even consider that until afterwards. And then it was like, and so I
don't worry, I'm sure he'll turn up in the elusive treasures at some point, knowing WLG.
Well, he missed the last one, so that's fortunate.
3 in Spock and Kirk.
Oh, sorry, you missed the start of that, Nifty.
Oh, I said that is how I have 3 reunion Spock and Kirks, elusive treasures.
An embarrassment of reunion Spock and Kirks.
I intentionally got the 2. I evented hard. I got 3 Spocks because I wanted 1 unique and 2 to level up. And I pulled packs for Kirk, 2 Kirks. And then I gave a fuck it elusive treasures pull. And who shows up but freaking reunion Spock and Kirk. So like, okay. Take him again.
That's crazy.
I believe that's called a gimme. So we're what, like 2 for Kirk and 1 for Booker on here?
I think so, yeah.
Oh yeah, the Behold. That's right.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Story time with
that garbage.
All right,
I'm only looking at you guys. I don't see the screen.
Okay,
there it is.
Last spin before we do our reciter track. Okay, so give me the sound. Right. Ooh. 0 stars. 0 stars on mycelial Culber, 0 stars on
Oh,
Auto's
okay, there we go.
own Dreamwalker Chakotay, or 2 stars on EV Suit Burnham. That Burnham has big bases, but outside of maybe a Burnham event, I see no other reason to use her apart from maybe the EV Suit collection and whatever collection she has. Please talk me into Dreamwalker Chakotay.
Well,
we call Otto to not be here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, as noted, fake auto today. Chakotay,
Yeah,
obviously.
you've got to talk. You've got to really sell us on it though, because you've got to spin us the yarn as to why this is the most inspirational crew of this behold.
Well, I mean, look how sad and pathetic Culber looks. Like, why even waste your time with him? Come on.
Oh, I like the approach
on,
going
the guy-
after the competition.
He looks awful in this, and Burnham. You've got 2 stars. She just looks like a clunky Buzz Lightyear. Like, why? Chakotay, meanwhile, is fierce, manly, respected. Has that weapon,
And the spear.
also a spear in his hand.
Yeah, just...
Well done.
Little did you know that the L in Dreamwalker was meant to be an N.
Coochie Moya, sound of my peoples, now do your business. Jesus Christ.
A coochie coo.
Yeah. Oh boy. Quick before we get kicked off Twitch. Thank you, Giles. EV Suit, Clunky Buzz Lightyear Burnham. I think that has to be I think that needs to go into the big book now, Namer. Buzz Lightyear.
Finally, I have a coined nickname.
There you go.
Finally, you've made your mark on the world.
This is your high.
Yep. Between 6-hour Champion of the People Part 3 and now a nickname in the game, I'm really coming up in the world. I have made my mark on timelines. Thank you.
Fuck yeah. It's all coming up.
You can uninstall the game now.
Should we do this reciter track then? Right.
We shall.
Incidentally, just in case you were worried, take Kobo. You fucking take Kobo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, obviously.
For the new players playing, don't take Chakotay. Right.
For those that cannot sort through our jokes, please take Culber.
I'm going to put a link.
I'm working on a dupe of him.
Yeah, the card we talk least about is usually the one that you need to take the most, because it's accepted wisdom that you take them.
Okay, we have a few characters here to choose from a few three guys. We have Picard, Luaxana, we have Troy, Riker, Data and Picard, and the Andorian. So is anyone got any dibs on who they would like to play? Actually, Genos, since this is your Recite Some Trek, please choose who you would like to play, which character. And I think if you I've just posted it in show chat. Actually, I'll post it in here as well, Genos, so you can see it. This is the script. I believe we'll probably go from where it says sick bay, or maybe we'll go from where it says Rex's bar. Actually, we'll go down to Rex's bar. And we'll go from there and talk it through right at the end. So right at the end of the script. So Nifty is Picard apparently. Who else? Jonas?
Okay.
And sorry,
Got one of those lines quick.
this is Rex's bar, mostly empty moonlight serenade.
No, right at the end. Right at the end, the last sort of. There's like 3 scenes right at the end there, and there's Rex's bar, corridor, and transporter room. So I am Loaxana.
Oh, I'm Wolf.
Why did I think so? Okay, so who would you like to play the auxiliary parts? Genos. Should we say that stars as well? Because otherwise you've only got to say "I, sir."
That's alright by me. I get to watch the compelling drama go down.
Okay. So okay, we'll say you'll play all the other parts. So you'll play Troy, Riker, and Data. Yeah, stars is everyone else. Okay. So from Rex's bar, Nifty, please take it away.
One moment to read the scene, get in character here.
just channel the mood.
Enter the mind of the character.
Let me just channel my inner Majel. Very stuffy, uptight, but a bit flirty. Oh, with the fish. You've got to be the Andorian. You've got to be Mick Fleetwood.
I just have to play the guitar all the meanwhile I'm doing it. All right.
Okay. Are you ready? Go on.
for better or most likely worse. Are you coming, Mrs. Troy?
Not just yet. Tell William I'm sorry, but Rex and I are getting married.
Mrs. Troy, your government expects us to deliver you to the conference on time, and that's what I intend to do.
Pity. Duty calls, darling, but I'll be back for you later. Why do I sound like fucking him from Little Britain? Bubbles, darling.
It's about right. Honestly, that's the right energy.
Yeah, okay. I'm carrying on with the Matt Lucas Bubbles, darling. All right. Duty calls, darling. I'll be back for you later.
Mrs. Troy, there is something you ought to know about Rex.
Oh? Imagine allowing me to go on like that with that man who doesn't even exist.
But you always say you like surprises, Mother.
Enter the transporter room. Why are they still here?
And I had to do my best, right, Colleen. We thought that since you're going to the same conference, you might like to beam down with the other delegates.
They're not delegates. Those two are assassins. Oh, don't bother to deny it. Your minds are so unsophisticated I can read your thoughts in my sleep. Their robes are lined with ultrinium, highly explosive, virtually undetectable by your transporter.
She is correct, sir. I am detecting large amounts of ultrinium.
Well, of course you are. They were planning on blowing up the entire conference.
Mr. Wolf, take them to level 5. Disarm them. Hold them for questioning.
Aye, sir.
That was really good. Oh, well, I didn't find a mail, but I did save the conference as well as your reputations. All in a day's work, I suppose.
Goodbye, Mrs. Troy. And thank you. Energize, Chief O'Brien.
Jean-Luc, shame on you for thinking such a thing. Scene! Oh dear.
The Oscar goes to one nifty mittens.
Yes, no, thank you very much. We will do, when we next get the four of us on, we will do the Undiscovered Country Bridge scene for you, Walt, as well. So that will come when we get the right cast. But thank you, Nifty, for joining us this week. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you. How have you felt for your first proper Timeline Talks experience?
Round of applause for
please.
Nifty.
This is fun. I must say, thank you, whoever. Well, thank you, Walt, for complimenting the accent. I thought it was bad.
Getting as good as me.
I will. I'm a decent mimic. So if I can have advance notice of the scene and watch it, I think I could crush it.
Okay.
But I also like this on the fly. That was fun.
Oh yeah,
so
always
thank
more
you,
fun on the
Dennis. I have 32,000 hair flips. I really need to cash these in.
Do it.
Yes, you should. You need to carefully pick your scene though, because you can maximize your efficiency right there.
You do 2 in a row, you catch up even more. Make us really work for our hair flips.
Let's do an entire episode.
No,
I had
definitely.
an episode, charity stream, do it.
Oh wow, full 40 minutes. Yeah, there you go. That feels an hour. Reenact an entire episode. Holy moly.
Oh,
Yes,
you know what? I like that actually. I'm down for that.
I'm interested in it. Guys, if you have any ideas for the charity, not that we're devoid of ideas, but if you have anything you'd like to see or any ideas you think will help us raise some money for charity, please come to our Discord and pop it in. We're willing to listen to everything and anything. So, that will be coming up soon. We're just sort of working out the final details. Next week will actually be Star Trek Armada after long last, even though this week was supposed to be, but I can't read a schedule properly to save my life, but there we are. Next week will be Star Trek Armada, so join us then for that. And so once again, thank you everyone in chat for coming and joining us. Thank you everyone for listening and watching. Thank you, Nifty, for joining us this week. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you, as always. And Stars, thanks for coming back to us from your week of hell, from work and stuff to us.
It was hell being in the Krenim Imperium, but I managed it.
Yes, thank you for sorting out those time problems where we weren't on the air. You finally fixed. This is now the proper prime reality where everything is normal. So you have stars.
Everything's doing great.
Absolutely fantastic. We will see you guys next week on Time Talks for some Star Trek Armada, and ta-ra.